In American politics, tomorrow is the biggest day in deciding who'll be the next president of the United States, barring, of course, Election Day itself on November the 5th. On Super Tuesday, more states than on any other day get to choose who they want to stand as the candidate for their party. This year, it's already pretty obvious. President Biden for the Democrats again, and former President Trump for the Republicans again. According to the polls, the biggest issue that voters will judge the two of them, though, is on immigration. More illegal immigrants have crossed the Mexican border during Mr. Biden's time in office than during any other president's. 8 million and counting.
3 the Highway 90 mile marker 320.
On the lonely roads where America ends and Mexico begins, every car is viewed with suspicion.
I want to give him a look.
Sheriff Thaddeus Cleveland has been patrolling this border for a quarter of a century, frequently stopping cars which aren't local. They know the scale of the people smuggling here thanks to surveillance cameras which capture the nightly passage of those seeking a better life.
Would you describe it as a crisis?
Catastrophe. We're beyond a crisis, for sure. Again, you know, the numbers on the border, you know, each year, the last 3 years have continued to set new records. We've just never seen activity like we're seeing.
His dash cam videos show the risks he takes. He estimates they only intercept half of those crossing illegally. Any Mexican men caught were immediately sent back.
If you want to come a little closer, I'll shine the light in there.
Oh, yeah. By day, he gives me a tour of the smuggling hotspots.
Put all their gear and all their clothes and all their remaining food.
The detritus of a well-organised operation is all around his hometown of Sanderson.
It's always just kind of that cat and mouse game, if you will.
Many of the folk who call this land home think only one man can protect them from the smugglers who frequently turn up on their doorstep.
I sleep with a gun under my pillow.
You want a tighter border?
Yeah.
And you want Trump?
Yeah. We had him once before and he done good. Joe Biden, he ain't done nothing. So I sitting up there and can't talk half the time. He's an idiot.
The border follows the Rio Grande, a majestic natural barrier between Texas and Mexico. But in Eagle Pass, we've come to get a closer look at how it's been fortified by the state's hardline Republican governor.
Wish we could be more humane. And
local tour guide Jesse Fuentes has witnessed harrowing scenes as migrants drown trying to swim to America.
A woman in the middle of the river with a child, and the child crawling all over her because the child could sense that the water level was getting, and the child was yelling and screaming, and the woman was yelling out to these guardsmen, you know, don't abandon me, help me, please help me, help me. And they were just there. They wouldn't help her.
It doesn't take long for us to spot a family from Honduras who've been trapped overnight by the razor wire.
Hola.
A little girl among those now stuck a few feet from their American dream. And here, a man who's just emerged from the water looking for a way through.
Both Republicans and Democrats agree what is happening on this border and on this river is a crisis. There was a congressional deal to try and solve it, but it was sunk by Donald Trump, who showed no interest in ending this before November's election.
It's estimated 8 million people will have crossed this border during Joe Biden's presidency. Some economic migrants, but many are fleeing persecution. Rolando walked 3,000 miles from Ecuador. He shows me why.
Oh, you can see the bullet holes here.
Drug cartels shot up his home and ordered him to leave. He recorded some of his journey on his phone. His daughter's legs and feet tell the rest of the story. How to manage this notoriously porous border is a key issue for voters. It is a challenge as epic as this landscape, one which may define not just the election, but also ultimately the direction America takes. Dan Rivers, News at 10, Texas.